Namaste, viewers. It's Friday morning, May 23, 2025, and I'm your host, Sunil Thakker, or Sunny Talks Money. Welcome to ST Money's 7 a.m. early morning news, where we provide you the latest, concise, and precise stock market wrap with accurate figures and numbers. Please mention your email in the comment section so that we can forward you the daily market wrap in your inbox at exactly 7 a.m. Indian Standard Time each weekday. The benchmark equity indices ended on a weaker note on Thursday, May 22, 2025, dragged down by broad based selling across sectors. A broad sell off in global equity amid rising concerns over the proposed US tax bill that may widen the federal deficit weighed on Indian share market, dragging it lower by over three-fourths of a percent, even as the rupee weakened against the dollar past the 86 level on May 22. The BSE Sensex plunged by 645 points or 0.79% to close at 80,952. The NSE Nifty 50 also settled lower by 204 points or 0.82% at 24,610. Investor sentiment was dampened by developments in the US bond market, where resistance to President Trump's tax cut proposal, seen as a driver of ballooning fiscal deficit, sparked renewed volatility. US bond yields spiked following a lackluster demand in a $16 billion auction of a 20-year treasuries, underscoring structural concerns around government borrowing. Market participants fear the legislation could add trillions of dollars to the national debt over the coming years amid diminishing global appetite for US assets. In the broader basket, NSE Mid Cap 100 and Nifty Small Cap 100 indices settled lower by 5.52% and 0.26% respectively. On the sectoral front, bearing Nifty Media, all other NSE sectoral indices ended in the red. The biggest drags were IT, auto, FMCG, consumer durables, and oil and gas, each declining over 1%. The fear index, India VIX, dropped by 1.65% to settle at 17.26 points. Key defense stocks surged up to 11% on May 22, bucking the overall downturn in equity markets, powering the Nifty India Defense Index up over 2%, its second session of gains. Garden Reach Shipbuilders and Engineers was a top gainer on the index, soaring nearly 11% to highest level in over 6 months after emerging as the lowest bidder for the 25,000 crore rupees project for the Indian Navy. Solar industry shares jumped over 6%, while Cochin shipyard shares followed with an over 4% rise. Paras Defense and Mazgaon Dock Shipbuilders shares meanwhile rose 3% each. Bharat Dynamic shares were up nearly 2%. Hindustan Aeronautics and Bharat Electronic shares clocked modest gains. Prime Minister Modi on May 22 lauded the Indian armed forces for the success in the Operation Sindoor, bringing focus on the defense pact that has been buzzing since Operation Sindoor took place. Shares of Interglobe Aviation are higher in a weak market, supported by a 62% year-on-year growth in net profit for the March quarter, with a range of brokerages raising price targets on the stock. Novoma and JM Financial maintained a hold rating on the stock, while Motilal Oswal and MK Global reiterated their buy calls. In the US overnight, US stocks made little progress on Thursday as investors assessed the House's narrow vote to approve President Trump's big, beautiful tax bill and what it means for the growing US debt pile. The Dow Jones Industrial Average was roughly flat. The S&P 500 narrowly fell into negative territory on the day, sliding less than 0.1%, while the tech-heavy Nasdaq Composite popped up 0.3%. All three indexes gave up solid gains in the final hours of trading. The House of Representatives passed Trump's giant tax and spending package by a single vote after a last gasp revision aimed at winning over conservative Republican holdouts. Changes, including a more generous deduction for state and local taxes, paved the way for the bill, moving in a step closer to becoming law. Brent crude is currently trading at $64.44 a barrel. Gold is rupees 96,040 per 10 grams, and silver is rupees 98,120 per kilogram. And now the outlook for today. Technically, Nifty formed a red candle on the daily chart, suggesting weakness. However, the index found support on the 21-day exponential moving average, which is placed near 24,445. On the upside, 25,000 will act as a key resistance level for the index in the short term. Traders are advised to monitor these levels closely for potential trading opportunities. And that's the wrap for today, my dear viewers. And if you got value from this, please do subscribe, like, and share this video as much as possible. I will see you on Monday morning. Have a great weekend. In the meantime, happy investing, stay inspired, and remember, it is all about money.